Hello kids, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good. Welcome back to our virtual library session. Today we are going to listen a beautiful story of a little Thumbelina. Once upon a time there was a couple who wanted to have a child. They both lived far away from village. They wanted a beautiful daughter. One bright morning, Lady was watering the plants and crying, thinking if they have a little girl with whom they could play with. They went to a fairy, and fairy godmother asked them, "What happened? Why you both are crying?" "We have set our heart upon having little girl. Please could you tell me where we can find one? We are helpless," fairy godmother told. "Oh, don't worry. That can be easily managed." Fairy godmother, with her magical powers, brought forward a seed in front of them, telling them this is not an ordinary seed that grows in farms. These seeds need lots of love and warmth. Put it into a flower pot and see what will happen. And don't forget to give it enough sunlight. Oh, thank you, fairy godmother. You are so generous. They planted the seed in the pot. They kept the pot in front of the window for enough sunlight. It quickly grew into a fine large flower, which looked very much like a tulip. The couple nourished it with love and watered it each day. One day, couple softly kissed its half-sheet petals, and as though by magic, the flower opened in full blossom. Inside sat a very delicate and graceful little maiden girl. "She is my child, a daughter, a daughter. I will call her Thumbelina. She is not bigger than the size of a thumb." Both parents told her, "We are your parents, child, and your name is Thumbelina." So the girl was named as Thumbelina. The flower had given them the daughter, and they have dreamed of. She had a walnut shell that served as her cradle, violet petals for her mattress, and she pulled up a rose petal as her blanket. One night she lay fast asleep in her walnut shell. A large ugly toad happened through a hole in the window pane. "How pretty she is! She would make the perfect bride for my own dear son." And he took up the walnut shell and put Thumbelina on a water lily leaf in the middle of the pond. "We have placed her on a lily leaf. She will never be able to escape us now." Left all alone on the green leaf, Thumbelina sat down and cried. She didn't want to have the frog's horrible son for her husband. She was very sad. Parents tried to find Thumbelina in every corner of the house, but both parents could not find her. There was a shoal of fishes who swam in the water beneath her. They had seen the frog and heard their conversation. They felt very sorry, so they decided to help her. Meanwhile, the frog and her son were busy making the wedding plans. The fishes gathered around the green stem and nibbled it with their teeth. The leaves separated from the stem. "Thank you so much. You guys are really kind." Thumbelina went away, far, far away where the frogs could not find her. Thumbelina sailed past many a place. A bird swooped down and carried her off the leaf. He took her to a tree. The other birds did not like her, so they left her in the woods. Thumbelina was very sad and tired. She saw a small house and went in. There was a kind field mouse in the house. He let Thumbelina stay there. He introduced her to his neighbor. He was a blind mole. Next to the mole's house was a sick swallow. Thumbelina helped the swallow to get well again. She brought him food and water. The mole wanted to marry Thumbelina. She was very sad. The swallow did not like to see her sad, so on her wedding day he carried her away. Thumbelina was very happy. She did not have to marry the moon. They flew over many towns and saw lovely sights. They saw trees, lakes, streams, and hills. Thumbelina was very happy. Finally, they came to a lovely garden with beautiful flowers. In one flower, there was a tiny prince. He was as tiny as Thumbelina and asked her to marry him. She said yes. They both had a beautiful wedding. The swallow sang at the ceremony. Thumbelina and her prince lived in the beautiful garden, happily ever after. Thank you so much. Thank you to listen to the beautiful story of a Thumbelina. Meet you all in the next session.